started researching and applying for flight attendant positions, I spent weeks on the internet devouring any information that I could find. But in the beginning, it was really hard to know where to start. And because the internet is one giant rabbit hole, it can be overwhelming to try to figure out if the flight attendant lifestyle is right for you. So if you want to learn about the resources that I used when I was first starting on my flight attendant journey, keep watching. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Rachel, and today I'm sharing with you my top picks for resources that you can use when learning more about the flight attendant career and if the lifestyle is right for you. So when I was first starting out, there were three main sources of information that I kind of relied on. Those were social media sites, the actual airlines themselves, and also career-based discussion forums. So I want to start by talking about social media sites that I use. YouTube was actually the first place that I ran to for content. I really wanted to hear real flight attendants talking about the ups and downs of their career, what they liked, what was difficult for them. A lot of my early research was really dedicated to being realistic about the pros and cons of the career. And so YouTube is where I turn to really get a true sense. And since you're watching me on YouTube right now, you probably already know that there are so many options out there for flight attendant vloggers. And that's what I love about YouTube. Every vlogger has their own style, their own story to tell. Some of them work for mainline or legacy carriers. Some of them work for regionals. You got guys, you got women. There is literally something for everybody out there. I loved watching my favorite vloggers in their own flight attendant journeys, and it was a big inspiration later on for me to come on here and share my journey with you guys. So I highly recommend that you watch different types of vlogs and find some that you really identify with and enjoy watching. Facebook was another big resource for me. If you're not aware, Facebook has groups dedicated to aspiring flight attendants and new hire flight attendants. If you're not a part of those groups, I highly encourage you to seek them out. They're a wonderful resource. It's really cool to see people asking and answering questions that are in the same boat as you, or maybe have just recently been through the beginning of their journey and can share some insights. So it's like a big community. It's really cool. And also a lot of times there's active employees that are also a part of the groups that are there to share their own insights and answer questions as well. There are also groups out there that are dedicated to specific airlines. So if you're applying for a specific airline, you can join that group and get more insight into that specific application process and the culture of those airlines. So if you are on Facebook, you can go to the groups section and search out all these different groups. However, just remember that there are active employees and flight trainers in these groups. So just be respectful and put your best self forward. If you don't have anything nice to say, just keep it to yourself. In the description below, I'm going to link some of the different Facebook groups that I've been a part of that I found really helpful. It's also worth mentioning that other platforms such as Instagram or Pinterest, any of the other ones out there might be helpful to you as well. I know personally I have found new flight attendants and other airline content to follow just by searching out some different hashtags. And also, if you want to follow me on any of those platforms, I've linked my profiles down below. Next up is airline specific content. Now this would be like the individual airline's actual websites or their social media pages. This is really where you get to know more about the companies that you're researching or potentially applying for. And it's a great resource. A lot of people sometimes will skip this step or this resource because they're so excited to start applying and get hired and start flying as soon as possible. But I highly encourage you to take your time when you're thinking about what airlines you maybe want to apply or work for and see if they're a good fit for you. And if you're a good fit for them, everybody's brand is just a little bit different, and the people that they hire to represent their brand are different as well. In my research and discovery phase, I made a bio sheet for each airline that I was looking at so I could really hone in on the subtle differences of their brands and where I could see myself fitting in the best. So you can take time to look at things like their mission, vision, and value statements, which are usually on their websites or their social media. That's going to give you an idea of what matters to them, how they see their brand, and also what they expect from the employees that they have as far as how they want their brand to be portrayed. You can also check out what types of benefits they offer, what the employee culture is. The list goes on and on. There is so much information that the airlines are providing about themselves, so you should really take advantage of that. And again, make sure that you really understand what their brand is. Lastly, for some additional insights, you can also check out some of the career sites and their discussion forums. These are sites like Indeed and Glassdoor that people use to gain insight on businesses and future potential employers. Not only do you get to see a profile of the company that you're looking at, but you can actually read real reviews written by applicants, current employees, and former employees. Now, just like with most things on the internet, just remember that this is someone's personal thoughts and feelings about their journey or their process with that company, so just keep that in mind. So those are my top resources that I used when I was starting out learning about the ins and outs of the flight attendant career. If you are just starting out on your flight attendant journey and would like to learn more about how to determine what airlines might be best for you, check out my next video that I'll be posting in my Aspiring Flight Attendant series, where I break down how to determine which airline is right for you. If you enjoyed watching today's video, you can hit that subscribe button down below to journey along with me every week. And don't forget to hit that alert bell so that you don't miss out on any of my new videos. I'll be posting here on YouTube every Thursday. And for more of my daily adventures, you can check out my Instagram page at Rach Journeys. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Hope to see you all next week. And as always, journey safe.